Hello, fans. Welcome to the Real Wrestling Fans Podcast for Friday, May 15th, 2020. Among this coronavirus pandemic that we still got going on, SmackDown just ended. A huge night on SmackDown. It was rather ordinary, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. Otis and Braun Strowman defeated Johnny Drip Drip and Miz tonight in the main event. Charlotte Flair and Bayley had a eye-opening segment where basically Charlotte told some truths. I'm not the world's biggest Charlotte Flair fan, but she spoke gospel tonight to Sasha Banks. Sasha is probably perhaps one of the greatest women's champions in NXT/WWE history, and probably one of the most popular women in WWE. But look what she's been limited to. You gotta be real. Charlotte had it on the nose tonight. Sasha's been limited to basically being Bayley's lackey. Let's be real. The only reason why Bayley's been women's champion up to this point is Sasha. You don't believe me? Watch WrestleMania. Watch her match against Naomi. Watch any championship match Bayley's had since she became champion back in October. And you'll see that basically Charlotte is absolutely correct. Also, we found out we will have a champion versus champion match later on down the road between Charlotte and Bayley. I don't know if it's going to be next week. I don't know if it's going to be a week after next week. I don't even know if it's going to be at Backlash. Also, we began the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. To crown a new Intercontinental Champion, Sami Zayn was stripped of the title earlier this week by WWE management. The first round saw Elias defeat Baron Corbin. And Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan had a technical wrestling clinic that it should have entertained you folks at home. I wish I could say it entertained the crowd, but there was no crowd. As Daniel Bryan defeated Drew Gulak to advance in the tournament. Next week, we'll have more tournament matches. Sheamus will face Jeff Hardy in the tournament. AJ Styles will face Shinsuke Nakamura in the tournament. The final two men will face each other on a huge episode of SmackDown to crown the new Intercontinental Champion. That's going to be huge. Otis and Braun Strowman defeated John Morrison and The Miz in the main event. Braun teased the cash in at the behest of his peach Mandy Rose. And of course, if you watched Raw this past Monday, big news coming out of Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are expecting their first child. Congratulations to the two, and congratulations to Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins and all their fans on that huge news that happened this past Monday. Asuka is the new Raw Women's Champion. The Money in the Bank ladder match this past Sunday was not for the Money in the Bank contract. It was for the Raw Women's Championship, which basically means that, if you want to be technical, nobody from SmackDown was winning that match Sunday. I didn't know it at the time, but yeah. Nobody from SmackDown was winning that match. Anyway, let's get to the point of why I did this podcast tonight. The topic of tonight's podcast is match redos, aka match overdos. As you know, the fans are very much anticipating a rematch between Sasha Banks and Bayley coming up at SummerSlam for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, this match is guaranteed to be huge, but let's be real, folks. These two faced each other 6 years ago at NXT, and probably one of the greatest matches in NXT. It was epic, hard-hitting, epic spots during the match. You don't believe me? Watch the match. It's up on WWE Network. It could have been any bigger or any better than any match in NXT history. But fans are anticipating this upcoming match at SummerSlam, which we found out may be moved to a new venue. We don't know where. We'll find out hopefully soon down the road. But fans are really anticipating this battle between the two at SummerSlam. Now, here's my argument. This is just my opinion, because the opinions of this podcast is strictly mine. It's not fact. It's all my opinion. This match could go one or two ways. If booked the right way, it could be as big, or if not, almost as big as the match they had at NXT. But let's be real. WWE could not cannot top what happened at NXT. That match at NXT was awesome. The spots were there, the moments were there, everything. Now, if you're expecting this match to be anywhere close to what happened at NXT, no. There's a lot of matches that wrestling has done over the years that are carbon copies of the original that should have never happened again. Case in point, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. WrestleMania 6, Toronto Skydome. One of the greatest WrestleMania championship matches of the early years. And lo and behold, 8 years later, WCW tries to recreate the magic, and it falls flat on its face. Probably one of the worst matches in WCW history. Common proof that you cannot recreate magic. I can only name like a handful of matches that I've seen that was actually good enough to recreate the original matches that was done. Austin versus The Rock was one. Triple H versus Austin, every time they faced each other, was huge. All 3 matches between Shawn and Undertaker. All 3 matches between Hunter and Undertaker. That's because the storylines were there, the moments were there, everything was perfect. But here's where I stand on Sasha versus Bayley. This should have happened 2 years ago. When Bayley attacked Sasha after that match with the Riot Squad, that's when WWE should have pushed the play button. But instead, they went total left field, did this whole Dr. Shelby thing, and it basically made the whole thing worth nothing. I see it like this. This match is going to be huge. Either way you look at it, but topping what happened at NXT? No. No. It's basically going to be a carbon copy of what happened at NXT 6 years ago with the roles reversed and a different result. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be just like Hogan Warrior. Except Hogan Warrior was role reversed. When Hogan and Warrior faced each other at Halloween Havoc in 98, Hogan was the heel, Warrior was the face. When they faced each other at WrestleMania 6, they both were baby faces. Only thing different between the 2 matches was the result. And basically, it's going to be the only difference between this match and what Sasha and Bayley did in Brooklyn 6 years ago. It's going to be at a bigger stage, on the main roster, at a bigger event, and the roles are going to be reversed, and the result will be different. That's the only difference. That's it. And if this pandemic doesn't lift up, even no matter where they move it to, because there's a possibility, even though they're talking about bringing back live sports again, there's a possibility this might be an empty arena. Now, you got a lot of people on wrestling Twitter, especially some of my followers, and boy, I love my followers, saying that Sasha should get a year-long title reign. To that, I'm kind of on the fence. Part of me says, okay, it'll be good. Give her a long title reign. It'll make up for the 4 title reigns they choked up. And that never-ending hot potato game with Charlotte back in 2016 and 17. Then there's another part of me that says, what about the other women on the roster? What about women like Ember Moon, Dana Brooke, Naomi, who hasn't been a champion in a couple of years, Alexa Bliss, who hasn't been a singles women's champion in 3 years? Now that we got this whole roster invitational thing, what about the women from Raw coming over to win the title? Or women from SmackDown? Women from NXT. You got to think of your entire women's division, not just one person. A lot of people are going to think I'm just talking about Lacey. No, this has nothing to do with Lacey. This has something to do with the entire roster. If I gotta go to my closet and show y'all my Sasha shirts again to show that I don't hate Sasha like y'all think I do, I will. Just because I don't agree with everything y'all say about Sasha doesn't mean I hate them. I had a run-in with one of my followers today who thinks I guess because I disagree with their opinion, I'm acting shady or acting like a baby. No. We are wrestling fans. We are supposed to have difference in opinion. That's what we do. I'm not going to agree with everything you say. I'm not going to agree with it. You're not going to agree with everything I say. The only biggest thing I disagree with is the fans who want to make it look like Lacey stalked Sasha. You have no control in WWE who you get in a feud with. Unless your name is Roman Reigns or you're WWE royalty or you're one of Vince's favorites, you don't control who you put in a rivalry with. I wish one of my followers would find the old tweet that Sasha tweeted to Lacey to show that they actually like each other. I would make that probably my pinned tweet. I'm quite sure Sasha didn't mind facing Lacey. I'm quite sure Sasha doesn't mind being in a Twitter feud with Lacey. It's called bringing up the new talent. They've been doing it in WWE for years. Somebody did to Sasha once upon a time. If anything, now that Sasha and Bayley are on their way to splitting, if anything, sometime in the future, we might see Sasha and Lacey as a tag team. You never know. You never know where this is going to lead to with Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Lacey Evans. Or Sasha Banks and Bayley. You never know where this is going to lead. Like, look at tonight. You got to believe that what Charlotte said tonight had Sasha thinking. You have to. You can look in Sasha's eyes and see something was on her mind tonight. Everything Charlotte said hit home. You could tell. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the upcoming weeks between those two. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger right away or wait till closer to SummerSlam or what. I say the quicker you pull the trigger, the more time you have to build a proper feud between the two. SummerSlam is August 23rd. You can pull the trigger next week and have a good 3.5 months of building an awesome storyline with a huge payoff at SummerSlam with Sasha winning the title. Huge payoff. Big payoff. Or you can wait till, say, after Backlash and give yourself only 6 weeks and see if you can plan something in 6 weeks, which I don't think they can. WWE has tried that before. They did that in 99. They did that in 99 for SummerSlam. Try to plan a good event in 6 weeks. What do we get? 5 different number one contender changes. A botched up main event with 2 title changes. And Stone Cold Steve Austin getting injured. The more time you give yourself to build this storyline between Sasha and Bayley could be the best decision you make and come out the best match possible. Will it top what happened at NXT? No. Could it possibly come close to topping it? You're damn right it can't. Sasha Banks and Bayley are that talented. They are that talented where they can take an ordinary match and make it huge. This being a championship match will make it already huge. Then you got the ones that want Sasha to have a year-long title reign. Like I said, I'm split on that. Part of me says, as a Sasha fan, hell yeah, let's do it. Her first 4 reigns were shit. Give her a year-long title reign, let's see where it goes. Then there's another part of me that says, what about the other women on the roster? What about this whole brand invitational thing? What about the women on the other 3 roster that's probably want to come up and challenge for the title? Think about it. I don't want to come at the fans, but it's true fact. Some fans are fickle. The same fans that are saying they want Sasha to have a year-long title reign will be turning around when she gets said title reign and saying, oh, why is she still champion? I can't wait till she loses the title. Because that's the way fans are. We want something, and when we get it, we want something else. I've come to that realization watching wrestling for the last 35 years. I've come to that realization. The realization hurts like hell, but yeah. Am I going to leave wrestling because it's going to take a long time for my fave to win the women's title? No. Because if we do that in sports, we'll never have favorite teams. I'm not looking to get into any more trouble with wrestling Twitter. So to that Sasha fan I got into an argument with earlier, I apologize. If you don't want to accept my apology, it's just okay. I've gotten so used to apologizing on Twitter, I just kind of do it anyway. I shouldn't have to apologize for wanting my favorite to succeed. I mean, Becky Lynch fans don't. The Kofi Kingston fans didn't last year. I understand the time will come. It's just this little part of me that thinks to itself, when it happens, will anybody care? You gotta strike when the iron's hot sometimes. Vince sort of did that 2 years ago with Sasha and Bayley. We shouldn't just be now getting Sasha versus Bayley. We should have gotten it 2 years ago. And like I said on my podcast Wednesday, who knows later down the road how over Lacey Evans is going to be. Is she going to be as over as she is now? Who knows? It's WWE. Things change. Things change. Fans change. You never know. You can go from hot 1 minute to barely mentioned the next. Or barely promoted to the hottest thing in the company. Look at Becky Lynch. 1 minute, Paige is calling her the most irrelevant member of the women's roster. Next minute, she's the biggest thing on the roster. I look very much forward as a wrestling fan to what upcoming in WWE. I don't know if WWE is going to be a part of the sports that are bringing back live sports or not, but I think it's coming back. And if it is the first show they do at Barclays Center, I am so going. Every show they do at Barclays, I'm going. I'm not missing no more shows. I should have went to Raw when Raw was there. But I would like to know your thoughts, because that's what this podcast is about. This is not just about my thoughts, it's about yours too. Are you looking forward to when live sports returns? What are your thoughts of the upcoming pending Bayley versus Sasha? And also, where do you think WWE should hold SummerSlam? Right now, from what I understand, SummerSlam is between Georgia and Florida. I think they're going to find like a venue in Georgia or a venue in Florida. It's probably the Phillips Arena. It's probably going to be a baseball arena in Georgia. Probably where the Braves play, I think. You know, they do outside shows now. If it's in Florida, it's probably going to be at Marlins Stadium or something like that. Or a football stadium. Somewhere that holds like 40,000 people. Because Vince don't do small crowds anymore. That's one of the best things about having the WWE Network. You can remember back when 20, 30,000 people were enough for a crowd. These days, Vince got to do 50, 60. 30,000 people wouldn't even fill up a half arena at Vince. You got to do like 50, 60,000 people. Or like WrestleMania a few years ago, 101,000 people. You can't get no small crowds. But with this whole pandemic going on, I would not be rushing to do crowds. I think this country is basically making it look like this pandemic is not going to last much longer. Who knows how long this thing's going to last? Could last 10 years, somebody told me. We got these vaccines coming out, but when are we going to get them? I'm not, and I'm going to speak from the heart. This is not MetsFan884 talking. This is me. I'm tired of getting into the arguments on Twitter. We are supposed to have different opinions. That's the way things go. I respect all opinions as long as your opinion is not the same opinion everybody else has been saying different words. I can't wait for Sasha to win the championship again. Y'all think I hate Sasha? All 5 times Sasha won the title. The NXT championship and the Raw Women's championship. Your boy cried. Okay? What I hate, I don't hate people. When I hate a wrestler, I don't cry when they win a title. I don't buy their merchandise. I don't even mention their name. I got $57 worth of Sasha merch. If you want to be technical, it's $87 because I got the shades too. But yeah, I don't buy almost $90 of merchandise of somebody I hate. I don't do that. This shirt cost me $15. Every shirt in my closet was like $30-$40. I got a $35 Seth Rollins shirt in my drawer. I don't buy merch of people I hate. I got a Britt Baker shirt on the way. Oh yeah, thanks to my follower that got that for me. Thank you. I just gotta know when it's gonna be shipped to my house. I don't hate Sasha. We need to quit that right now. I don't hate any wrestler. You shouldn't hate any wrestler. These men and women bust their asses 300 days a year away from their families for our entertainment. But it's like I spoke about on my first podcast. I know I spoke about it and I don't believe it. I'm kind of, sometimes I sway away from my own words. I should go by my own words and believe in kayfabe myself. I shouldn't have gotten into that argument earlier today. We all know Sasha and Lacey like each other, but let's pretend like they hate each other to make wrestling more exciting. I can understand that. Because you want to you believe in kayfabe, it's good, but you go by kayfabe and actually believe they don't hate each other, it makes it boring. I can understand that, and I apologize to that Twitter follower of mine that I got irated today. Not my intentions. You gotta believe that they hate each other. It makes it fun. It makes it real fun. What's the fun of a rivalry if they like each other? It's not fun at all. It's basically just like 2 friends playing tag. Maybe one day, when Sasha is the women's champion, we'll see a Sasha versus Lacey women's championship match. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'll be torn between who to root for because I like both women, but I won't mind it. Oh yeah, thank you to Thunder Rosa for the follow earlier today. At Real Britt Baker on Twitter, I will send you a picture of me in my shirt when I get it. Hopefully that'll be worthy of a follow if you don't already follow me. At the Vince Russo on Twitter, please follow me at my Twitter at MetsFan884. Hopefully I'll get a follow from him. Some of these 12 Twitter follows are hard to come by. Not everyone's like easy as you say, hey, follow me, and they follow you. Some of them are hard to come by. I can understand that. I got a follower at Miss Mania who's still waiting for a follow from Lacey. And Lacey, if you see this, please follow at Miss Mania. She's been wanting a follow from you for months. I've been followed by you 4 times. She hasn't been followed by you yet. So please do me that favor and follow her. See, I look out for my followers. I love my followers. All 800 plus of you. I don't hate anybody. They hate me for some reason because they can't forget what I did in the past. The only person we should hate right now is Donald Trump. That's the only person we should hate. Trump. We shouldn't hate each other. We're all wrestling fans. Through good, bad, indifferent, whatever. We're a wrestling community. We should act like it. The only person we should hate is Donald Trump. Donald Trump and any fan that says wrestling is fake. That's who we should hate. Coming after each other is just wasting our own time, wasting our own breath. So Monday is my 10th episode. Will it be Monday or Tuesday? It'll probably be Wednesday. Wednesday will be my 10th episode of this podcast. I am begging my followers. I am asking my followers, if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, if you need my Facebook, DM me. I will give you my Facebook. Or you can tweet me at MetsFan884. If you're a follower of mine, so if you're a wrestling fan, tweet me any question. Matter of fact, yeah, I don't know if I should have you tweet me or message me on Facebook if you have friend me on Facebook, because I don't know how many of you, my followers, I have friends on Facebook of. But any way you think you can give me questions for my 10th episode, it'll be wrestling questions, wrestling themed questions. I'll answer them on Wednesday at my 10th podcast. Hopefully I can get some good questions. Hopefully I got some good questions of anything y'all think, any thoughts, anything you want my thoughts of that's going on in wrestling, that has gone on in wrestling. Just pick my brain and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Now, I advise everybody on wrestling Twitter, can we please try to be nicer to each other during this whole ordeal we're going through? We have people dying in this country every day from this virus. And we're on Twitter fighting about Sasha and Lacey liking each other or not. I feel stupid for even starting that argument today. There's a good chance, if you watch CNN or the news or media, if you believe in the media, that this country could be over. This country could reach 100,000 deaths before this thing is over. So we gotta, like I said this on like a podcast, like one of the other episodes of the podcast. Us wrestling fans should not be fighting with each other over our own opinions and differences. It's opinions and differences that make the world go around. I know this is probably going to fall in deaf ears, because who listens to me? But I'm tired of getting in arguments over wrestling opinions. We all have different opinions. That's the fun part of being a wrestling fan. You don't like Lacey, I'm fine with that, okay? I'm not going to try to convince anybody to like Lacey anymore. People didn't like Melina when she first came out. They learned to respect her over the years. It's going to take a while. My main worry is, in a few years, when Lacey does become champion, 1, will I still have a Twitter? 2, will anybody care? Will it be as big as when Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship, or will it just be, oh, Lacey won a title? Lacey even said she doesn't like when things come easy. Okay. Nobody does. Nobody likes the, oh, I get an easy championship. No. That's the reason why people hate Goldberg. Goldberg got 174 easy victories without a defeat. Came to WWE, basically ran through everybody. Twice. I would rather have my career prolonged before I win a title than win it right away. Patience is a virtue. I got to start being more patient. If I'm nicer, if I'm more patient, maybe in a few years when Lacey has her moment, I'll still have Twitter and I'll be able to celebrate just like the Becky fans are celebrating right now. Speaking of Lacey, I'm still inviting more Lacey fans to follow me at MetsFan884 on Twitter. I'm also inviting Lacey Evans herself, if she sees this. Any way you can think of, we can get connected. I think the only way we can do this is through Instagram Live. I would like to have you on my podcast. That would be awesome. Anyway, wrestling fans, good fight, good night. See you on Wednesday.